last name is Reynolds. I got the nickname of Godfather Credit on KNX Radio. I've been on there about 49 years. So today, this is live. That's the way I like it to be all the time. The ability to change your life, if you allow me to. But it's going to be up to you. Now, here's the FBI warning. Again, I give disclosure, simple, no record, no pictures. Now, there would be 1 or 2 pages I'll say take a picture of because I want you to look at a couple of things. But again, that's the ultimate goal. So let's think about it. My first question to anybody would be very simple, and to everybody. Do you want to be a millionaire? See, the answer should be no. All right. Do you want to be a corporate millionaire? The answer should be yes. You see, how you receive money matters more than you ever thought. So as we play, here's that page. Take a picture. You see, I want you to focus on $100,000 a month income for the corporation or for you. So if you want your goal to be 100,000, that's how much credit you're going to need. So if we look at this correctly, that's what I did. I wrote the book on laundromats, dry cleaning, storage units, and all kinds of fun stuff years ago in real estate. But the reality is I brought in billions and millions. So what do we get to do? Okay, well, I had 19 houses when I was 17 and a half, collecting those while I drive my Lamborghini at West Coast College. Kind of fun. I couldn't get number 20. I said no. So I transferred to my divisions of freedom on loan to value problem. Now I had up to 22,000 payphones years ago. I was buying routes and all kinds of fun stuff. Payphones gave me about $300 a month each. It was kind of fun. So see, I looked at auto income. Now, I don't know if anybody ever used that before besides me. I don't think so. I called it auto income. I needed money coming in every month. Now you hear passive income, residual income. Hey, I just want the money coming in paying the bills and see if I can have the leftover. So the goal would be, what kind of business would you like to get into? I'd rather have you actually own it, not run it. Is that okay? As we look at this, I'd like someone to drive you around the city today. I'd like someone to drive you around in kind of the routine you go every day. I think you have tunnel vision. I don't think you pay attention because when I'm focused on the road. If someone drove you around today and you were the passenger in the front seat, I want you to ask yourself a question. Why don't you own these? Somebody else does. Pull down that visor, it's got the mirror on it, look in the mirror and say, why don't I own these? See, you should own pieces like this too. But again, it's a choice. Corporation and division process. So let's think about something today. I have a company and what does what called locations. We actually line you up in businesses and locations, and you just become the what? Money receiving to your corporation. In other words, you're the investor. I don't want you to have to do too much. You just get money coming in. But I build you the credit to go get it as well. Okay. So the bottom line is you might want me to do your location for you. Now, the next thing as we play this game, we have to understand, I've accomplished every goal I've ever had. See, I don't stop till I accomplish the actual goal. So for me, I look at my plan A. There's me, 1981, highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. And some people say, white men can't jump. It makes no sense to me. But I got all my goodies. I got everything I ever want, don't you? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? It's the American dream. So let's understand rags to riches for us. Simple. Me, I got born in a taxi. I got to be a Mrs. Hope She-Devil from hell as a little boy. So the reality is I just got thrown in a trash can. That sucks. You got the ability to change your life if you want to. Well, by the way, you get to feel sorry for yourself for about 3 seconds. That's all I'm going to give you. From there, your journey begins today with me if you wanted to. As we play, draw the diagram in front of you. I want you to think about your city today, where you live in your state. Let's look at Bank of America, those empty ones. How do they bankrupt a location and then go out of business? Oh, the parent company owns branch numbers, separate tax IDs. They bankrupt almost 7,000 of those so far. Then we look at basically Chase Bank, US Bank, Wells Fargo. And then we look at Geico, Cities, all right, Sam's Club, and Walmart. See, they all get in trouble. Walmart had to pay $400 million a couple of weeks ago. So let's understand. They're playing the game and winning even when they lose. They write up on their taxes, and you call we the people. You bring the pain home. I don't think that's good. What do you think? So what did you do? I'd like you to stop bringing the pain home. I think most of you brought the pain home because you jacked up your credit cards. You didn't put a stick in the back, and you don't know rules and tools. Rules and tools. Raise rules and tools. You see, credit, the way it was established years ago from TRW, became a spirit. I got to train Ken Yarborough. That was kind of fun. Do you realize any card you use, all right, if you go past 29%, what did you do? Drop the score, got stuck, can't get it anymore. See, what you got to realize is these two don't fluctuate. These do. So if you learn rules and tools, you can maintain credit the rest of your life, about a 750 score and above. So I would like you to think about becoming a certified CFO, learning to play the game to win, the ultimate goal. So let's pre-program our brains to millionaire status. Let's look behind that curtain. Let's learn how to play. Now, I was lucky while I was being used and abused. I paid attention. See, Mrs. Hope dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 in the morning. Kind of sucked because she said if she rolled down the window, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. Now, I stole off the pier and got caught. I thought he was going to throw me over the pier. He gave me a choice. He'd call the police or I'd go basically take out his trash. Till I was 9.5, I was known as boy, take out the trash. Boy, clean the chum bucket. See, when I gathered magazines as a little kid, I saw all the rich and famous people. How'd they get their goodies? I want to know how to do that too. Redondo Beach Pier, right? Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes, and Rat Beach. So we can play the game. So let's understand. I believe you jacked up the wrong damn card if you got shitty credit. If you don't, I believe you jacked them up anyway because you know rules and tools. If you took all your cards in your personal wallet today and put a sticky on it, you write down the limit of the card, what's 25%, what's 29%. If you maintain the raised rules right there in between that balance, all right, you can maintain a 750 score. The problem is, I had an emergency. I lost my job. All those excuses keep coming up. You should have asked to increase the limit before you jacked it up anyway. But guess what happens? Pretty simple. If you take all your cards on these in front of it, these don't fluctuate. That means these are unlimited up to $1 million freaking dollars, as long as you maintain a payment. You see your score will never drop ever again. You dropped your score because of the lack of knowledge. And the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. People aren't stupid. Unfortunately, half the world is freaking lazy. The other half need to be a little crazy to go get it. But it's going to be up to you. So let's go back in time and understand T or W. Thomas Raymond Words made bicycle parts, also going to California. They got information business. That was called the Reports Wrong. They became a Spearing in 96. When I drew the first one of these, it was good, fair, or hell no. So I want you to get in your mind and write it down again and again. We're going to balance our score and get a 750 more, okay? I'll hold your hand every step of the way because I analyze every customer they ever had. I got 32 million millionaire clients. I got 50 million people I've helped and 29 billionaires. So I want you to think about rules and tools. I want you to think about raised rules. I can get you 750 as long as you follow through. So let's take a picture of this page. Go ahead and click. See, if you're jacked up and your credit's all jacked up, what are you going to do? What's next? Well, let's see. Debt consolidation's crap doesn't really work. Bankruptcy makes it worse. So if we take supply credit from the corporation, we can turn it into cash. What can we do? Balance our debt. Solution for problem. Billy got 51,000. Would you like some too? So if we look at anything in our lives, what happens all the time? We're going to get knocked out 1,000 freaking times. All right? We're going to have people, friends, and family rip us off as well. Not all of them, but a couple of them too. So what happens with you? All right, you get 3 minutes to feel sorry for yourself. I give myself 3 seconds. The ultimate goal. So understand, I got classes live with me 6 days a week, all on Fridays and Saturday, all through the day. See, I talk to every client I've ever had. You're stuck with me every step of the way. I might have a team to help you, but you're still stuck with me. I want to get you to the American dream. Is that okay? If you do it my way for a while, because I think your way sucks. It's just the truth. Get ready to get raisedcredit.com and Ray Reynolds me. I like you to make you a certified CFO on a corporation with about 9 divisions, if you allow me to. So let's get into my coaching programs. That means you're going to have to talk to me every week. I'm going to give you your list. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do for the next step, every step of the way, and you get to ask me questions, and we get to play the game. See, I don't like excuses. So the reality is we're going to do it my way for a while. Now, I like to do a blueprint call with every one of you. That means we look at past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly, tax problem, bankruptcy, whatever you got. We got to look at family. We got to look at corporation. How many divisions you have? The irrevocable trust to plan to die, the car, the house, auto income, and cash flow free at my time. But I put in my book over 40 years ago too. But in a blueprint call, it takes about an hour's time on the phone. I would like your partner life with you. All right, the ultimate goal, how to play the game to win. Especially if you're marrying your guy, you know that wife of yours, she gives you that look. If it's going to work, I'm going to kill you look. Every married man sees that look. I can tell because I can see it once in a while too. So let's understand plan A. You see, there's never been a plan B. Plan B is for losers. We don't settle. So when you're going to be an entrepreneur, what's going to happen? You might as well stand at the edge of the cliff. You're going to feel like you're going to fall off all the time. At least till you get your first million. Then it'll be a little easier. Do you have what it takes? As we play, let's look at a corporation today. Chapter 18, legal person, right there in front of you. I'm not here to be CPA and attorney, but that's what it says. Now I was lucky being used and abused by Mrs. Hope. See, they had a poker game every Wednesday night. I listened. I wrote it down. They told me I was weird, probably true. Rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Next door is a library. Man, what does this mean? She walked away rudely. 5 minutes later, here's a microfiche in the book. I read the book. I look at the microfiche. You've been doing this all your life. Where the hell's your blueprint? How old are you? Why haven't you got to millionaire? I did that at 14 and a half. Yeah, me. So you're getting older, slower. You know, it's pretty used to be. You spend thousands on crap that probably didn't work. You had a friend and family member rip you off. So if we take the corporation and what it says, a legal person, we can play to win the game. Now, I just circled two other things. Did you pay attention? May sue or be sued. So understand a corporation, if you have one today, when they sue it, they sue you. You're the voice of the corporation. Now, my corporation, when I first started at 9 and a half, I sent away my $10 to the Secretary of State of California. It was called Helping Hand Industries. You know, I got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. Damn, they came in the mail. Can you imagine people got credit cards in the mail for personal and corporations back then, 70s and 80s? All right, it's like, whoa, I got named to the movie Dave too. Hey, how about this? I'm 12 and a half when I started the Orange County Blind Center. I got named in a lawsuit. Oh, shit. I had no shit day. I had to go to court, 12 and a half years old. See, you got to understand you learn as you go too. Never bring the pain home. All right, let's look at a corporation. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I heard that from the grown-ups when I was a kid. I asked what it meant. The only thing they can come back and goes, me. That's all they could tell me. I thought grown-ups were stupid when I was a little boy. I grew up and realized they were stupid. Your corporation, you got one, they sue that, they sue you. You better think about a division process that I developed in 85, 86. I like to put your ducks in a row. Would that be okay with you? All right, and never bring the pain home. So let's understand today. I told you the list. You got a goal list. Where is it? Oh, it's in your computer or in your phone. Where's your list? See, the problem with the goal list, it's good starting, but the problem you got to have is there's steps behind the goal. Everything you want to achieve has probably 50, 100 steps. We're going to create the goal list, you and me, together. We're going to go through the daily list and the weekly list. Then we're going to get to the project list to go get that American Express, that gold and that platinum and Chase. And then we're going to get the storage units and the apartment complexes. And we're going to make a lot of money. Is that what you want? I think money makes a lot of sense to me, pays the bills. So I got a foolproof program. And that's what I told myself. I had to create something that didn't exist before I could get married because I got abused as a kid and it sucked. So what did I do? I created a program, got a wife, 6 kids, and 12 grandkids, so we can play the game. And I had a big problem, all right, back in 97, 98. My problem is I had $53 million of credit cards. They wanted to shrink my limits a little bit. Let's think about my homeless program. It's called Race 360. How about people coming out of prison? Here's free Ray Ricky Ross. That Thomas, he got a dump truck in 6 months of brand new business. In 6 months, I repackaged him to a $5 million business. Would you like me to do that for you too? How about Michael? God rest his soul. From there, we got basically Arnold. All right, we got presidents and corporations too. And the president of the United States of America. All right, now we have Coster. Oh, we got Giovanni from Pixar. Isn't that fun? Oh, college professor by University. Superman for Gold's Gym. All right, Kurt Cobain, God rest his soul too. And then we got this lady, she's got her little videos too. I got her $1 million too. Do you realize I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people? Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, Angels, and all that good stuff too. But again, I like helping people like you too. So let's play the game. Let's understand the biggest mistake you ever made is not understand how it works. That's just true. Now when you were 14 to 16 years old, you signed an SS5 form. So write down SS5. You don't know what that is until I explain it to you. That got your SSN, and then you created a 1040 tax return. You got one. You gave yourself one chance to try, and most people bring the pain home and get kind of silly and dumb. So what chance? We the people, your Social Security card says it's not even yours. Don't laminate. Don't use for ID purposes. Don't carry with you. Now let's compare SS5 to SS4. All right, SS4, both IRS. Line 1 says legal name of entity, individual person. So the only form I could ever find in all my research and all my life is basically for banking and credit purpose is the SS4 form in the first place. It was never your SS5, SSN. Now, if you're a crook and you don't file tax returns, just go to prison like Wesley Snipes did. By the time he was done, he was paying $18 million, 3 years in prison, and brought all the pain home and ruined his life and career. But if you want to listen and learn today, let's go to irs.gov. irs.gov. Why don't you get a hold of a 1244 form and find out that you and the corporation can file a tax return and almost offset all taxes until you did $3 to $5 million? Will that be okay? We did it my way for a while. See, when you play the game, you don't want to play to cheat. You want to play to win. Okay, here's Richard. Richard won the Survivor show. First on the show, ran around naked twice. He almost died. His tax return, he said, you keep $375. Rest goes to the IRS. I said, reference 3 times 5. I showed him how to turn it to $15 million. Isn't that the goal? So let's understand something today. He didn't listen, neither did either one of us. 3.5 years in federal prison, 10 years probation. He even violated that too. So let's understand the lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. We got to play and plan the problem. You didn't plan the problem, did you? So let's understand the United States of America Incorporated. Well, they got 50 courts, 50 states, cities and corporations too. Do you know they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for every city in case they have an old shit day and they get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business, and you didn't plan diddly squat. You got your assets kicked. That sucks. We the people. Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person. So you could stop bringing the pain home starting today if you want to. But again, we got to get a division of me. See, the problem you got is you use your SSN, which is your SS5, and you got one. How about we do a little bit more than that? Line 1 there, I can put your name, corporation, division, or subsidiary. Would you like $1 million cash credit? Well, let me know. I can build your life for you too. Now, I want you to write down 3 divisions of me and 5 closet divisions. See, 15 years ago on July 4th and July 5th, I got to go into coma and die. I had a no shit day. All right, my wife signs this POA, and what happens is they steal my life for about $3.7 billion in corporate structure. That sucks. But what did I do? Well, I sold my wedding ring, Rolex necklace, bracelet, $16,400. I took my 3 divisions of me and my 5 closet divisions. I was using number 8 because why? Every race car, race boat, and race, all right, motorcycle have the number 8 on it. Why? Because 8 can go to infinity and beyond. So does 0. And I was born on the 8th anyway. So let's understand the play. A division of me will give me the chance to have 3 of these, so I can have 3 chances to try. I can get credit, house, franchise. Why would you give yourself only one chance to try? And you brought the pain home. Isn't the goal never to bring the pain home? So as we play this game, let's understand division of me. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini. Here's the key. Well, it's $6,800 a month. But I got my apartment complexes, my apartment from there, commercial real estate, all my pieces. I got my 31 flavor, my Subway. I got my Shakey's Pizza too, and my payphones and all the other stuff. Now, if I got a bad piece like this Lamborghini, and I can't keep that payment up and away, what am I going to do? Disconnect, isolate, incorporate, put it aside. See, that gives me the ability to put over here, can't save it on Federal Protection Act. I get to bankrupt the piece and not the corporate in my family. See, I think people that lack knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. So the car was bought from a division. I guaranteed a division of me. Would that make more sense? Okay. You sign a lease of a building, that's a division. Oh, how about the properties? How about the money coming to SS4, no taxes due, till we're profitable? Fair Lending Act says I can get 99 more of these cards. That's $100 million. So you're not winning the lottery, you're not getting a raise. So let me build you a bunch of damn corporate credit and write it all off. Would that make more sense? Now, Mary's nice. She's a nice lady. But she came to me after she screwed it all up. See, Mary is an Ivy League educator. All right, she got a $250,000 job from Apple, doing good. She married her third grade sweetheart. He's making money too. But she started a restaurant. She gave $10,000 to the attorney as his retainer. He looked at the lease and made more options on that too. Gave $5,000 to the CPA. Whoa, goody. When she used her personal credit, $98,000, and took her 800 score and dropped it to about 600, she called them up and said, "What did I do?" What are they going? Beep, 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 beep. They don't know diddly squat when it comes to this. So what happens? Well, Mary's restaurant didn't work. It bankrupt. The attorney had her sign the lease and guarantee it personally, which could have been a division of me. Instead, she lost the restaurant. She guaranteed it, and they took her home. That sucks. Her husband divorced her 3 weeks later, says I didn't sign up for that. So probably half of you are just like Mary. You're coming to me after you screw it up. How about we rebuild you to $1 million status, $1 million corporation? That'd be okay. You can stop bringing the pain home starting today. But again, if you have a corporation, look it online, please. Check it out. You probably use your home address. You're probably on the national mailing list. Why don't you use shared office space or basically what, a mailbox, etc.? It's up to you. But I understand when they sue that corp, they sue you. I think you should put your ducks in a row. Because right now when they sue you in the corporation, that kind of sucks. What if you built a line of defense and you plan the problem every time? That way you don't bring the pain to the corp or the family. Would that be okay? We did it my way for a while. Here's a $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini, one of the $5 million mansions, and $1 million race boat. I obtained it. Why didn't you? So you can learn to play the game too. So let me understand. This is one of my $5 million mansions. Properties on 5 islands, having fun. What do we get to do? I can line you up, add you to my dashboard, and rebuild you if you allow me to. So let's write down credit, loan, and money. Credit, loan, and money. See, a corporation should not do business. Haven't you noticed for the last 46 years, I've got banks, grocery stores, and rich and famous people to have a parent company owning all the pieces? All right, that's the way to play the game. Corp shouldn't do business. It should have a line of defense. The division for franchise or apartment complex. See, the goal is financial freedom. All right, cash flow free for time, 10 to 100,000 a month. So if you want 100,000 a month, you need 100,000 credit. Flippity dippity doos. I did that too. Did you know the buyer's a liar, the agent, and the broker too? And the contractor hired the subcontractor outside Home Depot? They're all going to rip me off and cut corners everywhere they go. I decided to be the bank. I got tired of that at 21 years old. So I decided to dissect pieces. I sold my first car. You know what I did? They gave me a deposit. I carried the paper through a division. $413 a month for 7 years. I sold my first house. Damn, I don't need assignment of mortgage, assignment of crap, assignment of loan, all that assumable crap. No. You know what I did? I sold the property, gave a deposit, and I basically became the bank, all right, for 30 years. That was $1,200 a month extra. Was that okay? So I was just trying to basically have divisions and buckets of money. So let's see the apartment complex. Let's dissect the pieces. Let's turn around and understand assignment of mortgage. And then from there, my real estate system was actually drawn for billionaires, financial system, buckets, money, tax, balance, being on the bank. And we had to learn assignment of asset. Okay, let's play. I like to make you a money-making machine if you allow me to. But I understand. Let's say today we want to sell widgets, computers, or things like that. Well, we're going to look at OPM money. We're going to get up to $1 million of supply and vendor credit using Dun & Bradstreet. And then what are we going to do next? Simple. If we got ourselves in debt, we're going to use supply credit to cash credit to balance the debt so we can get some more. We're going to finance the American dream. And then from there, we get to balance our debt. Isn't that the goal in the first place? From here, we can sell on Amazon and eBay right away. We get to play the game to win. Here's a $500 million of goodies. Do you like that? All right, all under the corporation and division process. We could play the game to win if you want to. God's gift. House and mansion in the harbor. How about the houses on all 5 islands? How about the race boats and basically the yachts too? We get to play the game. How about the Duffy? How about the big building, the Lamborghini? See, corporation division process can help you finance the American dream. And that's the ultimate goal. So the bottom line is even the helicopter too. So again, I always hold and I always do my what? I accomplish my goals. I always do it because I position myself and I plan the problem too. 1981. So every time there's some idiot say, why I can't jump, that's not funny because I hold the record for the fastest kick too. Now, I got to kick out the lights that night. The Guinness Book of Records guy kind of pissed me off. My point is very simple. Let's accomplish your goals. Let me do my way for a while because I don't think your way works. You accept the word no. No doesn't mean no. That means I don't know how. If we take the 1,000 steps, rules, and tools, and we take the blueprint that I basically sold at the Bonaventure, 12 bucks CDs, 5,000 steps for 32 years, downtown Los Angeles, simple to do, for 5,000 a step. Now, understand, you have to realize you're treading water and playing it safe. You got to stop that. It's not easy. So let's understand the 5 things that are must have. Everything to me is rules, tools, and steps. You need a 750. And I get you credit as we build you up to that too. You need corporate and a bunch of divisions. You need checkbook money, and you need $1 million line of credit, and you need supply and vendor credit. So these are very simple things to have. Supply and vendor credit as well. These are must have to get to millionaire, by the way. Without it, you're not going to make it. Now, if you have a corp, that's good. I'll build the one you got if you want me to. If not, I'll give you one for free. Free. You see, corporations are free in all 50 states. All you got to do is pay the filing fee. Let's stop bringing the pain home. Let's put your ducks in a row. Let's repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. Will that make more sense? All right, so you don't bring the pain home. So understand, when I had that $53 million of credit, the cards, they're shrinking my limits. I don't like that. So I've been helping rich and famous people all the time, having fun. Or even homeless people too. But what do we get to do? Understand, they listen better than most of you. Sorry to say, but it's true. So you had that kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. Honey, we're going to start a business. We're going to jack up the cards, hurt the family, back herself in the corner, can't get any more, and honk her house. Well, that's not what you thought, huh? Well, that's what happened. 87% of businesses fail. You didn't build your foundation, which is the key to never bring the pain home in the first place. So let's write down today's date. Let's do things on a daily basis, reaching our goal within 90 days. And then we reload it every 90 days, getting goodies. See, winning the game of business, I wrote 46 years ago. All right, cash flow for you per time. There's my oh shit day. Damn. Sorry, when we have a bad day, we always think, oh shit, don't we? Let's just tell the truth. All right, now, basically, my wife went to take out this group of people to watch the fireworks. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. It's July 4th, 2009. From there, we're going to watch fireworks. We had a good time. Next morning, I'm in a coma. Someone had a virus. She calls the office and says he's in a coma. He's going to probably die. She's falling apart. Here's Ron taking the truck, a U-Haul truck, to the office, steal the books and CDs. Here's Tom, my IT manager, selling my websites and my phone numbers. These are people we're supposed to count on. Instead, they're stabbing me in the back while I'm laying there and I die. Don't ever call the fund and be sold it to a porn site. And that sucks. So you got to be careful people around you. So if you don't have a copy of the Millionaires Founders Kit, you can call the office and you can get it for $499. All 12 books and CDs. Through me, I give it away for $299 because I don't have to get a paycheck or a commission. All right, it's a Zelle. Take a picture. You don't know how to Zelle. Ray at rayscredit.com and Ray Reynolds recipient. You put RW and you Zelle. Simple. And that way you put the RW for Ray's webinar. So starting a business, running a business, it's not easy. You got people around you, they might knock you off the cliff. If they're going to catch you, they're going to die. I'll tell you to hold your breath. So what happens with me when I was a little boy being used and abused, all right, it kind of sucked. I had to get up at 2:25 every day so the abuser wouldn't get me. So ever since then, I wake up at 2:25 every day. I get a link on my knees and say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. I've been giving myself a mirror test since I was a little boy. I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy like most of you did. So the only way I get out of hell is do it myself. I was lucky. I could read the book. They can read it to me and I memorize everything and read the book back to them. I freaked them out. They thought I was retarded because I had total recall. Now, today, you got an idea, tell your friends and family, oh, goody. You realize their own thing? As you're telling them, they're going to interrupt you and tell you how to do your own idea. Isn't that amazing? They do that and they haven't done diddly squat themselves. I'll tell you not to cloud your direction. Would that make more sense, not to cloud your direction? But again, we get to play the right way. So here's July 4th, 2009. I got 3 yachts in that backyard. The ultimate goal, what do we get to do? I get to lay there in the coma. I get to hear someone trick my wife to sign a POA, the tax attorney. And she does. And it's like, no, I gave you the cassette. I gave you the letter. Said, don't sign anything. There's 5 people around you. But again, you tricked her. Now from there, I got to hear the nurse ask my wife if I was a donor. They're going to take it out of my heart and sell it, give it away. I got a second chance that day. All right, so I get to come back and tell you the story, how I got back to million to billion corporate structure. Okay, see, I had to move with a lot of people, a lot of shitty people, 24 times when I'm 11 and a half years old. From there, I've been shot, I've been knifed. Well, that sucks. But you know what? Feeling sorry for myself, that's 3 seconds for me. That's all I give myself time for. So let's understand. I like to get you past go. I think you're stuck because you did some things like, you know, friend and family and rip you off, or you spent thousands over here. Let's just go back to basics and build a foundation. I can show you Lamborghinis, Duffy's, mansions. I can show you, you know, white men do jumps too. People say we don't. More Lamborghinis. All right, helicopters, race boats, U-Docks, yachts, and some Ferraris. I can show you goodies. I call this Ray's rules. So if we do it my way for a while, I'll bet you I'll get you there. The ultimate goal. Now, I started my first blueprint for me when I was 9.5 years old at the Torrance Library. I call my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. And I've added to it ever since then. So let's understand credit repair. I'm sorry. Credit repair is a fraud. I didn't say it. Federal Trade Commission said it. They can't collect money up front. All right. Even the credit services access it. So what are you supposed to do? Well, you write down section 611 in Google and you go right to this page. So let's understand. If you have an open collection account that's hitting again and again and again, not going away, if I can't help you push it off and charge it off too, you're going to have to go and pack around and negotiate a little bit. So you can't basically rip off your creditor. So you might have to man up and woman up on that too. Now, understand, all credit cards should be 25-29% rule, as I developed that years ago. TRW became Experian. And what do we get to do? There are 2 cards that don't fluctuate. And those 2 cards is the ones you should jack up in an emergency. And then rapid refresh, blocking a bunch of bad credit if you have that too. I call this the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. Because when I do something simple, and sometimes I feel stupid when I screw it up. So again, let's give you the first 25 steps today. Let's see if you allow me to give you all the goodies too. Not easy. You're going to work your tail off too. Intuit is free because they go to Credit Karma. Oh, they bought them December 3rd, 2020. Credit Karma was indicted 3 times, by the way. But there's no fund there to help you. But again, it's free, so you can look at it. So can I too. Now I'm going to tell you to be careful when it comes to LifeLock, please. When Mark started to put his social on the side of the truck and everything else, he just came out of prison. Oh, well, see, LifeLock, they've been indicted 6 times. Be careful, please. The last indictment's $100 million. So what do we get to do? Very simple. Be careful. Now, I would like to obtain your credit reports today. I would like to look at it right away. I'd like to analyze you. I'd like to get to the point you know exactly what it takes to get to a 750 score. And I'll work with you and help you every step of the way. 750 in about 90 working days. But again, you're going to have to do some parts on your end too. So what I do is every Friday, Saturday, I analyze every case I ever get. I've analyzed every client I've ever had. Here's that form you didn't pay attention to. You did it or mommy did it in 1971. All right, it's called an SS5 form. That's how you got your SSN in 1040. That's the tax return. It says do not laminate. They'll use for ID purposes. Don't carry with you. All right, it's not even yours. It'll say if they want it back, you got to give it back to them. It's on the back of the card. So what happened with you? You gave yourself one chance to try. That's not acceptable. But again, let's understand. The SSN is for the 1040 tax return. Ultimate goal, no problem. When you got your first job a long time ago, what did you do? Where's my money? You looked at your check. Where's the money? You know what they did? They turned around and said, hey, the IRS gets your cut, you get the leftover. Isn't that the way it works? So I believe we're a bunch of ducks and sheep. because you didn't learn to play the game. You can play the game and learn how not to bring the pain home if you want to. That'll be up to you. So why don't we write down irs.gov 1244 once again? And let's understand how we can do what. All right, not pay almost no tax of $3 to $5 million. Let's play the game by the rules and tools. SS5 form, let's compare to SS4. How to receive money matters. You receive money, you get tax probate when you're dead. The SS4 no tax to do till you're profitable. So if we do it the right way, look at the SS4, what do we get to do? It says legal name of entity, individual person. So your banks and grocery stores bankrupt locations all the time and write it off on their taxes. See, you brought the pain home and you didn't have to. All right, the ultimate goal is going to be up to you. The only form I could ever find from the IRS created for banking and credit purposes, so that's here, SS4. Banking and credit purposes right in front of you. That's per entity. You should always have 3 divisions of you. Give you 3 more chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. We can do that in a person, corporation, division, subsidiary. I get to pick SSN or SS4. Which would you like to pick? I think you should have 3 divisions of me, but that's up to you as well. Let's build you up to $1 million of credit. I put my dashboards out there to help people when I started in the 80s, and from there in 1992, it sent reports immediately for them and their corporate divisions. So let's understand. I believe your corporation should only do 3 things. Now let's make it 4. See, I'd like you to buffer tax. No tax is due to your profitable. I like to get you a bunch of corporate credit and finance your business because you're not winning the lottery and getting a big enough raise. I'd like you to get a car at fleet price and then free buffet at the hotel. Then I'd like you to have divisions. Line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability when it comes to real estate. So if we create a line of defense under the corporate umbrella, debt follows tax ID and credit reports are billed under tax ID too. So what do we get? The $1 million dream. So I'm going to guarantee everything I say I can do. That's right, in writing. But you got to be part of the program. You got to follow through. You can't be like one of those, shitheads online putting me down, those 12. They're all lying through their teeth. They're not even clients. But it's better to put the guy down, right? Out of 50 million people I've helped, I got 12 shitheads. Now, if you don't follow through, all right, that's on you. See, there's only 2 rules. Don't jack up credit, all right, don't apply during the program. See, when they do, I got to charge a fee to start the wrap or rescore again. And they want to blame me. Well, the reality is they're the one who screwed up, not me. If the devil was right here, I'd help him too. So if you got a collection account, remember, there's 5 ways to kill a debt. You got an IRS problem? Okay. They have a form called 656 433 and B. See, the goal is to repackage you the right way. But again, I call that Humpty Dumpty. So understand, 750 is waiting for you. Let me analyze you right away. Let's do the wrap or rescore and push everything aside and build you up and away. They started at 510. Now they're 757. Is that okay? She's got no green lights. 651. Wrap or rescore, 750. More green lights. I built her $1 million credit. Is that okay? Now let's understand, they got a bankruptcy. Why'd you file bankruptcy? I don't know, the attorney told me to. They didn't need a bankruptcy, by the way. I got him an unsecured $500 to start out to rebuild them. He's basically laid on his car payment right there. I got him $3,000. You got to balance the debt, solve the problem. You can't hide under the blankie and think it's going to go away. So a wrap or refresh pushes scores up and away and creates a bunch of green lights. So if you're not a client yet, let's do this. Why don't we get you in a wrap or refresh today? Let's get you to the class on Friday and Saturday. And let's focus on a 750 score. I'm going to charge you $999. Then I'm going to give you $1,000 required back to you. All right. See, I want to give you back your money to up to times 10 in any program you get with me. Now I'm going to discount this to $499 during the broadcast only. Then I get card makes $500. Rules and tools, raise rules and tools. What do you maintain? 750 score. So if you don't have a corp, I'll give you one for free. Let me rebuild your credit wrapper rescore setup class, level 1, Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me charge you $999. I'm going to give you $5,000 of credit back, 5 times your investment. $24.99, $25,000 of credit. So the ultimate goal for you, analyze, add history. Let me see if I can pop credit starting today. Would that be okay if I build you up and away? Now, if you want something like that, it's pretty simple to do. All you got to do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. You can also call one of the specialists today, 800-254-9506. Use a card, they will charge you 5% more, but that's up to you as well. Now, I need you to do some work. You ready to do some work? You ready to write down the phone number? 888-567-8688. See, here's your problem. Because of your lack of knowledge, you keep letting people tell you the wrong information. So I'm a voter, you probably are too, right? They sell that list 412 times a year. You got a cable bill, you have a corporation. Oh, goody for you. By the way, you can call the opt-out number and get off the national mailing list, 5 years or a lifetime. Number's right in front of you, by the way. I think you should call later today. See, my goal is to repackage you every step of the way and have no excuses like you've had before too. So let's play my way for a while. I want you to plan the problem. You had a friend and family member rip you off. You spent thousands of crap didn't work. I want you to set up a line of defense and safety credit. And under that, sticky. I want you to do it my way for a while because I think your way sucks. That's just the truth. When I designed this years ago for TRW became a Experian, 0 is 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. All your credit dashboards say that now. So guess what we get to do? We're going to balance our debt. Step number 5. So understand today, all cards fluctuate but 2. So if we do the 25-29% rule, our score will maintain 750. We need to jack up a card. These are the cards unlimited up to $1 million. And what do? Once you maintain a payment, you never go below 750 again. I don't know why you did in the first place. So understand today, all right? I like you to understand when you have an emergency or lose your job, instead of basically jacking it up, ask for them for more credit. And let it be a day or so and call me. I'll show you every which way to play the game to win. But what do? Well, you basically run out of time, run out of money, and then you go jack up your credit cards in 42 days. Then you backed yourself in a corner. Then you got stuck. You couldn't get any more. You hawked your house. You brought the pain home to you and your family. I call that silly and dumb. You see, it's like today. You need $5,000 now. Go ask your friends and your family. It's okay. All right. And the banker too. They're going to tell you no because you said you need it. Do you know the average person pisses away $50 every other day? Do you know the payment on basically $50,000 corporate credit? Would you used to write it off anyway? It's $600 a month. You can use that and understand. You can go buy 2 pizza restaurants if you want to during the pandemic. See, the reality is you've been running around like amateurs all your life when it comes to personal business credit. Sorry, there's me. Why made you jump? Nixon took the gold standard out. 1971 in August, what are we going to do? We're going to write down I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not the corp of my family. I have no intent to do fraud. This is Ray's rules, by the way. Have your cake and eat it too. That's the ultimate goal. Step number 7, become a certified CFO and never bring the damn pain home. So you got choices today. Pretty simple. There's the address at the time. Now you can verify I'm not lying to you and I'm not full of shit. There's the address. I got to die and I lost $3.7 billion corporate structure. Damn. Had to rebuild it. Now I've been in 2 comas so far. First one, I was crippled at 5.5 years old. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to go in that coma. And eventually I got to die. Kind of sucks. See, the devil's trying to hold us back, but God's delays aren't God's denials. We could play and let me repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. Would that be okay? So understand my coaching programs. Auto income. I want to get you some checkbook money, up to $150,000. Would that be okay? You find out your business because the corporation's a legal person. So the lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. Damn. This is pathetic. I lost my job. I got 2 kids. Get off your ass. All right, have a damn garage sale, drive an Uber, drive a Lyft, and go to the church for the food. This is pathetic. You're not freaking homeless. I ate out of a freaking trash can. I know what homeless is. I had to sell my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. What did I do? $16,400. I had to start over. But I have my 3 divisions of me, my 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. Why do you stay down? I don't get it. I bought my wife her next dream house. So let's understand the division process. You get a bad one, you disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and you got to put it aside. If you can't save it, get rid of it. See, your banks and grocery stores and cities do this in your face. If you allow me to show you how I developed and invented division process, you would create a line of defense. And what's going to happen? I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not corporate, my family, and I have no intent to do fraud. If you allow me to get your tax ID for you, my system allows me to set up an Experian, Trendue, and Equifax instantly to the tax ID. Would that be okay if I did it for you too? And that way I get you a bunch of cash credit, and then you can go line yourself for checkbook money. I like checkbook money. The dashboard, like I said, SSN, SS4. How many would you like? With no intent to do fraud, more chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. So we get to play my way. And I gave that to the public in 1992. So we could play and understand the corporate credit reports for the tax ID, cash credit. But I had a problem in 98. My problem is they're shrinking my limits. And I got $53 million of credit cards. Damn. What did I do? I did my research and found out C-191D allowed a company to loan out privately money. So every $50,000 I would loan out, I got $2,400 a month. Is that okay? After the bill was paid. See, the reason I put in my system over 30 years ago, cash flow free per time, I was showing you how to create credit to turn it into an income. That's where it came from in the first place. So we could play my way. Divisions give you the line of defense. My book called Buckets of Money allowed me to take my first matrix and show you. I took basically 41 divisions, $4.6 million of credit, and I basically created $190,000 a month. Is that good? And then on top of that, what do I do next? The assets behind it gave me the ability for $1.1 billion of notes. So we could actually play the game to win. Isn't that the goal, is to win the game of business? In my series 46 years ago, look at your corp today. Make sure you use the right address. All right, you can use your home. Use the mailbox as your shared office space. You put your ducks in a row, because if they sue that corp, they sue you, and that sucks. You should build your line of defense and never bring the pain home. Would that be okay if we did it my way? Now, if you need $25,000 of cash credit, okay, the office is going to charge you 10%. So it's about $2,500. Okay, no problem. From there through me, I give you a 50% discount if you did it while I'm doing the webinar. It's $12.99. Ultimate goal, you save some money. If you wanted $50,000, the ultimate goal is usually $5,000. But again, through me, doing online, $24.99, half price. Everybody, if their goal is $100,000 a month, needs $100,000 of credit. Goal should equal what? Credit. That's how you accomplish the goal. They don't shortchange yourself. Usually that's about $10,000. But through me today, you get it for $49.99. Up and away. It's a Zelle bank transfer deposit. So if I get you credit and you allow me to do it my way, I'm going to teach you how to daisy chain one card into more cards. That could be up to $1 million in front of you. There were a daisy chain process. The line of credit up to $250,000 too. We're going to play my way for a while. So let's understand today about a division. I'm going to set up $2,000 of history on my dashboard to establish your report, Experian, Trendue, and Equifax. Then after we daisy chain credit, we're going to get a tax ID. That follows tax ID and creates a credit report too. Normally they're $4.99 at the office, 3 for $14.97. Through me, you get 3 for $9.99, 9 for $24.99. Simple. It's a Zelle. So the goal is goodies. I like all these goodies under division process, don't you? So I get more, no loan to value problem ever again. So I got Harley's, rode with the Neil Diamond a couple of times. All right, and a $500 million of goodies too. Would you like to play? So I'd like you to get $1 million of cash credit cards. Would that be all right? How about I line you up to get $5 million of checkbook money? And then we play this game. So if I rebuild you here, then I want to get the green Spark card for the 100,000 and the 2 sisters for 30. 160 times 9. Is that $1 million? How about the B of A times 9? How about Wells Fargo times 9? How about we get Inc times 9? How about gold times 9? So if we just got 5 of the 10 cards I like, could that be up to $5 million? Yeah. And then we go over to the bank. See, they give bridge loans, all right, and all kinds of funds, unsecured line of credit, up to $150,000. So we can position that too. Here's my 5 favorite ones. I call that checkbook money. That could be up to $5.4 million. As long as you have divisions to basically project, all right, your growth of your business. Projection equals what? The ability to get more. So you create a business plan too. The ultimate goal. So the only thing getting your way is going to be, sorry to say, but it's true. Let's create buckets of money. So I got specialty classes on Saturday, 6 o'clock in the morning till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, about 9 classes or so. So we just did stock kit this last week. Real estate's this weekend. And that being fun is always sold out too. So what do we get to do at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time? See, what I'd like you to do is allow me to build your corporate credit, because you don't have any cash credit. If you do, it's 1 or 2 cards, and you don't really know what you're going to do. Why don't we use borrow money and buy the lifetime business? Would that be okay? It should be real estate or franchise, by the way. So then what do we get to do? Have our cake and eat it too. Raise rules. All right, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Isn't that the game and the play? Now, if I gave you $1 million today, what would you do with it? Everybody's saying, but house and a car. The answer is no. I want you to reference 3 times 5 and turn it to 15 million. I want you to use the borrow money to offset the taxes. I want you in my way for a while. Again, I think your way sucks. So what do we get to do? You basically what? You get to win the battle. Hey, you won the lottery? Oh, goody for you. What are you going to do? You're going to put the money in the account the attorney told you to. Then you're going to pay tax on the interest you earn. Well, I'm going to tell you to put a division of you. I'm going to tell you to put in the corporate bank account under the tax ID. I'm going to say sit with the banker and borrow against it. Borrow money is not taxable. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to turn that into millions and billions and make it go up, up, and away. Would that be okay? You see, you've had 11 cities file bankruptcy, Chapter 9 bankruptcy. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for cities in case they have an oh shit day. United States of America Incorporated, cities and states. So you could have did the same thing for you, but you didn't learn to play the game to win. You just don't have any intent to do fraud. So what do we look to do? Simple. Why don't you Google bankruptcy today? The only thing to file bankruptcy, public record, S is in, S is for. The next time you have an oh shit day, should it be you, corp division, or subsidiary? Make a decision. Who's the duck and the sheep? You got to learn to play. I want you to plan the problem. Is that okay? Let me add you to my credit system so I can build you $1 million of credit. For your corporation, you get to millionaire to billionaire. Beat your doubt, run your race, get the hell out of my way while I rebuild you. It's pretty simple. I just want you to go to class and not think, just do what I tell you to do. We get to play my way for a while. Getting past go because I think you're stuck. Mansions, race boats with my name on them, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Now I need you to do some work now. Write down driver's license, registration, insurance. You're highly intelligent. When you get in a bumpity bump in the parking lot at the grocery store, pulled over by the police officer, why do you give your home address? Why the hell would you do that? That's called stupid. Why don't you use P.O. Box mail and address? You're giving a stranger where you live. I don't understand that. So guess what? Step number 12. When you buy the car, the way you buy the car, I think it sucks too. You get sweated for 5 hours, 9 inquiries, and lost $20,000. You see, why would you do that to yourself? I would tell you flat out, if you're in the dealership, sign that it allows 1 inquiry only. But if you did it my way, it's pretty simple. We're going to use tax ID fleet price. It's not the point of writing up the car. That's easy to do. It's who's the registered owner. That's the one that's named in a lawsuit when they have a bumpity bump. So the car, the house. I don't think anybody should be on the house alone. All right, 2 people. I think that's kind of dumb. Husband's like, no, whoever controls the trust controls the house. So we don't want to hurt that. Lose house or car, it's okay. The creditor reports it to the IRS. Is it 1099-C? Now you get double shitty credit. I told you to plan the problem. When you get in a bumpity bump, the registered owner should be a division so they get diddly squat. Wouldn't you rather give them diddly squat than your life and your family and all your goodies too? That kind of sucks. Stop bringing the pain home. Let's play my way. Every property you get should be a division. I don't have a crystal ball which one's going to slip, fall, and sue me and screw me up. House payment offsets the taxes. Amazon didn't want to pay tax on the first 10 billion. They don't pay tax on 3 trillion now too. See, there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. It's that simple. Ultimate goal. So as we played the game, he bought Twitter. He had to borrow 44 billion because he didn't have it in the bank. If he did, he'd be paying more tax. His salary package of 240 billion was approved last week. That's kind of nice. But you know he's got a spaceship. All right. So do the other 3 guys. They have spaceships too. Beat me up, Scotty. So the ultimate goal is pretty simple. You can actually win the game, join the club, and you don't have to bring the pain home. Step 15. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction. How about this? Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. That's what I did. Simple. As we play the game, what do we get to do? Your paycheck, every time you get your paycheck, you're getting taxable income. You got what? You pay the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no and drive a company car? I do. Why don't you? 17. Why don't we go to irs.gov today and get over an SS4? Let's see that it says banking and credit purposes. So we never had to be ducks and sheep as long as we learned to play the game to win. There's Mama. 1971, Nixon took the gold standard out. The baby and Mama can't be released from the hospital unless she fills out the SS5 form. And that's how it works. We got to learn to play. Oh, you bought a house, escrow close some said trust, and they sue you, they take it away, you're dead, and then your family gets stuck in probate, and they got diddly squat. You hire the contractor that what ripped you off too, and they want to basically cut corners and hire those people outside Home Depot. So let's understand. When they want to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up, why don't you just make sure they get diddly squat? I like diddly squat, don't you? But again, that's up to you. Why don't you look at irrevocable trust? That's what I would do. But again, that's step number 19. We get to play, we get to win. Now, if you don't want to listen, that's up to you. You want to be a crook, just go to prison. Wesley Snipes did. By the time he was done, it was about $18 million. Got his assets kicked and thrown in prison. 3 years. That kind of sucks. So don't be a crook. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. All right, it doesn't make any sense. We play by the rules and tools. Step number 20. If you want to buy at wholesale price, it's a division process when I created OPM years ago. Other people's money. You know, pay a bill up to 90 days. What do we get to do? We leverage that to about $15 million. All right, leveraging money. Borrow money, it's not taxable, and you credit your line of defense. That's step 21. That's called blackjack. Looks like you get to win again. See, you get to play the game to win. There's a Ray Reynolds University. My building was 22,000 square feet, 2-story, just before I died in the coma. All right, kind of sucks when they steal your life. But I had to come out and redo one, rebuild it again and again. I used my original blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. I've added to it all through the years. So you don't have your time. I think your time has you. So once again, as an entrepreneur, you stand on that cliff. Getting the first million, you're going to feel like you're going to fall off the cliff almost every day. That's actually a good feeling. Okay, that's your first million. From there, the coaching programs. So if you want, you can get stuck with me privately in a coaching program. So that means basically you want to be a millionaire. The answer is no. You want to be a corporate millionaire? The answer is yes. So we do the blueprint call. A blueprint call with me for an hour, you and your spouse on the phone, what's going to cost you $999. We're going to take up to 1 hour, if not more, to do the blueprint call so everybody's on the same page. Step 22. Remember I told you to take a picture here? That's the type of business I'd like you to buy. I'd like to be an investor. So again, I like someone to drive you around. I want you to be in the passenger side this time. Then I want you to pull that advisor down and ask, why don't you own these things? You see, someone else does. So if you want to listen and learn, I'll get you there. And if you want me to basically do the location for you too, I'll hand you 3 opportunities. And we get to play my way for a while. That way you create that auto income, $100,000 a month. Coaching, what I like to do is take money off of a corporate credit card, like $40,000. It usually gives me $3,000 to $10,000 a month. If I take $100,000, I usually about $45,000 a month. $250,000, I'm usually about $75,000 a month income. So I'm on a boring business, by the way. Now, when you go to the expos, I think it's like a deer in the headlight. Which one do I pick? So understand, I'd like you to own it and not run it. That'd be okay. We use a third-party management company. There we go. Now, the 6 weeks program, very simple, private with me. I would like you to basically have me do the blueprint call with you, all included in this. Let me get you $25,000 of cash credit. On top of that, let's expedite that rapid rescore. Let's put you in workshops, level 1, 2, and 3, in specialty classes for 90 days. Now, normally it's $11,596. Today, you get more than a half price at $4,999. You can call the office right away at 800-254-9506 and do it right away today. It's a Zelle bank transfer deposit. So understand real estate. I like real estate, franchise, storage units. So you got a 6 weeks coaching, get your feet wet, then you get a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So if we do the 3 months, line you up, 6 months, get your first location, 12 months should be a multiple location situation, as long as you do what you're told to do. You should have a goal that's $5 million, by the way. What I just said is right in front of you. This is where you're going to work your tail off. I'll hold your hand and get you through the escrow as you get your first piece. Now, corporation's a legal person. So this means if we set up our line of defense divisions, all right, we always do one thing. What are we willing to sacrifice when something goes wrong? When we have an oh shit day, it should be the division, not the corporate family. Now, let's pretend, what are you willing to lose? Every one of you have lost something in your life. Anywhere from someone ripping you off or credit, or you don't know what you're really doing, trying to get to the $1 million dream. So the bottom line is I'm not willing to lose a family if I finally got one, corporation or divisions. So understand divisions is where you get checkmate. Everybody gets to win. Step 23, ultimate goal, to stop bringing the pain home. So for me, it's reaching the finish line, reaching the dream, thing to be the impossible. When I was in the 6th grade, they thought I was retarded because I wrote both hands and talk at the same time, and it rhyming all the time. Well, the reality is I just thought they were stupid. I've been training people for over 46 years to be millionaires through corporations and divisions and a qualified CFO. Would you like to be next? But the goal's up to you. If you got joint credit, I'll tell you to get rid of it. From there, when you buy a house, it's escrow, close, homestead, trust. From there, the corporation, they're all free in 50 states. You just pay a little filing fee. From there, guess what? Real estate division, franchise, current business, and a line of defense. I like giving corporate credit to every package that I do, so that way you get reimbursed for you and you take away your excuses. All right, that's step number 24, by the way. We could play and reach the ultimate goal as we play starting today. So let's understand today. All right, you want the 750 and that's all you want from me? Okay, let's analyze it. Add rapid score. Let's push the score up and away. Let's get you to a class Friday or Saturday or both. Let's charge you $9.99 normally. Let's give it away for $500 today with a $500 bonus card. There you go. Up and away. So you got a choice to play and maintain that 750 score using Ray's rules starting today. You don't have a corp, I'll give you one for free. You pay your filing fees, set up in level 1. All right, no problem, and credit rebuilt. But for $9.99, I'm going to give you 5,000 credit back, 5 times your investment. $24.99, 25,000. Still 5 times your investment. Analyze, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible. There you go. If you want to Zelle, you can do that today too. All right, or bank transfer as well. So let's understand. Every one of you, if you want to give me referrals, I'll build more credit for you, or I'll pay you 10% back. So what do we get to do? It's simple. Give me a list of referrals, so that way you get credit for the referral. If not, they tend to forget your name when they sign up. They kind of blew it for you. That's why I saw you get my email address too. All right. If we look at the banks, the grocery stores, the Sam's Club, the Geico, the cities, they don't bring the pain home like you. They just bankrupt and write it all off. Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Look beyond the curtain. And we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So let's understand today. You got the ability to change your life if you want to, and I'll hold your hand every step of the way. So you can Zelle now, or call 800-254-9506. Talk to one of the specialists. Just remember, Every minute of the day, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.